Gbolahan ADEBAYO, and with Idris, and really nice to be here, and to talk about Tableau and visualization. And general theme of the conference so far, I hope you all have been having a nice time. And today we'll be walking through visualizations, KPIs, business dashboards, and I'm sure we're going to have so much fun together. So today we are talking about leveraging KPIs for data-driven decision-making in business dashboards. And Gbolahan ADEBAYO, and meet me. I'm a data visualization developer at Magnets. I'm a Tableau public ambassador. I have strong passion for turning complex data sets into clear and visually stunning insights. If you check out my Tableau public portfolio, I'm probably not lying about that. And I love to read about arts and Renaissance history. And then meet Idris Akilapa. He's a Tableau developer at Lego Analytics. He's a Tableau public ambassador 2 times. He's passionate about using data visualization to fuel innovation and exhibit creativity. Loves to play Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, let's discuss. So many times we build business dashboards, and so many times we are always encouraged to show our KPIs. And most times we put just a single number. And today we want to talk about how do you bridge showing your KPIs and improving visual insights. Why should we improve visual insights, and how should we do it? It's not just enough to tell you why, it's also good enough to let you know how to do it. And so we'll talk about KPIs and focus, so many big language, and just go straight to the point. And also to encourage. So why should you have your BANs with context, right? So you have your big numbers, you have sales, 5 million, profits, 2 million, not just the numbers. Is there a context that is to it? Is there something else that the stakeholder that is probably going to use that dashboard should know? Of course, yeah. So employing KPIs without context is like handing someone a book with a compelling cover, yet all the pages are blank. So I give you like a really interesting book, the title of the book sounds amazing, and then you open it up and it's blank. So all promise, nothing delivered. And so we want to share how we can move from that stage to where we read the book and we are happy, we can make decisions, we can do something great. You can even do KPIs lacking context. Big numbers alone merely scratch the surface. So you can see here, I'm trying to visualize something on the dashboard. I'm newly into a company and I'm building my first dashboard for my stakeholder. And I have sales, profits, and profit ratio. But if I ask you this question as a stakeholder, is this positive? Is this negative? Are we doing good? Are we doing bad? Is there a trend? Should we be alarmed? Should we be happy? This is not the answer to the question. This is just blank, big number. No context. But then we can contextualize it. We can add something to it. We can improve decision making with it. We can get richer insights. We can improve decision making. Comparability, strategic alignment, big words would show it. Yeah. So how can we visualize KPIs to give the right answers? This is largely detected by the insights needed, the questions that they need to answer. If I'm interested in seeing the trend over time, I'll probably not just show a comparison value. So what is needed versus what you give, basically. So 3 things. Are we monitoring the KPIs change over time? Are we comparing how the KPIs differ from the data of a specific standard? Are we visualizing ratio data calculated using the KPIs? Since this is a data visualization class, so I think we should do more of showing and less of this. Change over time. KPIs usually have the characteristics of time series, information measured at regular intervals. So we can use a line chart, we can use a bar chart to add context. So let's walk through this. Now, if you keep the picture of the of the KPI we saw initially with the big number, where we had sales, profits, and profit ratio, just single numbers. And then we'll go into this, and then you look at this, for example. First, you have the sales, and then below it, you have this showing change compared to the previous year. Is this a good number? Yes, because we used color to denote positive and negative. Now you know that there is a 21.4 increase compared to last year. And what did that help you to do? It helps you to identify that we are doing great. And now you see for the line chart the trend over the year. We can see what's been happening from January to December. And even we added two more context. We added an average line. How do we want to measure the performance of this business? Are we above the average line or are we below it? Which month is performing best? The green to show the highest points, the red to show the smallest points. Now look at this in this little space and see how much information we can encode into just this KPI. And see how much improvements you can offer to the stakeholder that will be using this to make a business decision. This is just beyond sum of sales, copy and paste. There is something to add to here. If you look at this, which I'm going to run through quickly, this is showing over the years. This is categorized by quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, one quarter to the last. This information shows us that right now we're in the fourth quarter, and this is what's happening in the fourth quarter, and this is the percentage increase against the last year. Lastly, this is broken down into three main parts of what we sell: furniture, office supplies, and technology. What's the trend over time? Are we doing good? Are we doing bad? Is it going down? Is it going up? Same for profits. Easy, you can know. Technology in April is a loss. And you can see the trend over time. Just in a single space.
And for human beings like us, we like.
Now let's see another way to show KPIs. We want to compare it to a target. By setting a comparison target based on a specific criteria, we know how the data differs from targets. First, let's make this big.
The kind of stabilized price.
Let me show this first. Now you see these bar charts, big one and small one. The small one shows the sales in the current year, and then the shaded one shows the previous year. By just looking at this, you can know the performance year after year. You can see the targets. Are we doing great? Are we not doing great? Basically, by looking at this, we have targets for each month. We can know this is above or this is below. Should we improve? Should we change something? Just in a single box that could have also contained just this as a number. Now this is a little bit different from this. This, I showed the absolute value. This is an increase, not just in terms of percentage, but this is actually the number that was increased, that was added to the previous year. Easy to know, just one single KPI. This also shows it in a different way because visualization is nice because you can show things in different designs basically. Same thing like I showed, just on the bigger scale here.
Funding problems, yes.
And then for the last one, which I find very, very interesting, is the ratio data. So by doing calculated ratio, we can show a trend comparison to the previous month's or achievements. What does this mean?
Also need to understand.
If you look at this, this shows the sales. Sorry. This shows the sales over the months. And then you can see January to December, and then you're wondering, what does this mean? What this shows is the change of sales compared to the previous months. Now, it's not starting from January, because before January, there is no month, but it's starting from February. Now, if you look at these bars, this is taller than this, so that means it's less, which is shown in this red. The second month is better than the previous month, now it's higher. Same thing. You can see the trend. If I ask anyone here, which months did well the most compared to like the previous months? Obvious, like March, way taller than the rest. Probably something happened in March and something happened in February that was so low and they took it high. You can take so many insights from this. And now imagine that you can show your data in these three different ways. The amount of power you give to stakeholders that is going to use this. the amount of leverage that could be taken from just simple KPIs. And also you have sales, profit ratio, customers, orders, and you show things like this. It improves the power by almost 100%.
Look at your search history, your browsing history.
So is this an exhaustive list? Is this are these all the different ways in which you can show KPIs? Definitely not. We've just analyzed 3 ways to show this. We've learned how to visualize data changes using, trend, the actual values, calculated ratio, and so on. What else is left? Everything and more. So many things to be inspired by. So many things to incorporate into the next dashboard that you build for your portfolio or for work or for your company or for whatever it is that you are trying to help someone make a better decision.
To know the things that
Be inspired. On Tableau Public, you can see so many amazing visualizations and that you can take inspiration from. You can download them, you can reverse engineer them, you can go through them, get inspirations, check out what other people are building, be inspired generally.
we learned about.
This is just a try of showing like as many visualizations as you can see. It's quite a lot. Constantly keep yourself inspired. This dashboard you are building is different from the next one, not just in the way it looks, but the type of value it offers.
You're also careful about the features.
So Idris will be building some KPIs live, and we'll be looking at it together. And so yeah.
This is a male and this is a female. So this is the kind of thing the person should be buying.
Yep.
Kind of thing a male should be buying.
So let me
Also
switch
know
to
if you are
the Tableau
and they may want
desktop.
To know, okay, this person that is
So,
married, maybe
this is what we are looking forward to build.
they're able to
Sales, profit, and profit ratio.
these things
And we are doing this one also, but the first one and the second one, they are two different things.
actually build. Okay, not really build what they're specific.
So they are doing two different. They are doing two different. They are doing different things. So now let's start with this one. So the thing is just like the calculations here, I've done it because I don't even doing all these calculations because there's no enough time. So I've done all the calculation and stuff like that. So KPI is just like the combination of a lot of charts. Just think about building a car. You have to have the door, the tire, the windscreen, and stuff like that. That's what we call KPI. So now we are putting 2 of them, this one
Seeing something
and this
1 million
into
able to flash
a KPI. I'm putting this one
what's going on here
and this into a KPI.
case of a
So they are two different things. And I did something here. What GB said, he has sales, profit, and profit ratio. Just like doing same thing over and over again. So what I just did is just like
quality
I have a parameter to switch between sales and profit at the same time. Like look at this.
tweets on Twitter.
This is profit now.
See, social media sentiment, customer.
You see, it
churn,
changes.
and all that.
So for me to be building sales, profit, and profit ratio, it's like a repetition. So you can just click what you want at a particular time.
You can
So
do
let's just
without
start building.
lots of things
We are looking forward to this.
without having
So
much knowledge on
now let's start.
that
So this is my dashboard section.
involves and
So now, if you want to build a Tableau works with worksheet and dashboard. Worksheet is where you will build your bar chart, pie chart, line chart, and stuff like that. And dashboard is where you are going to bring all of them together, working as one.
I think he said
So,
Excel,
let's start.
he said, Power BI. Just mention
Now,
three.
Tableau has something like containers. Container is just like house. Yeah. Okay, this building is like a container. It houses what? All of us. So that's what we think as a container. Container houses a lot of charts and stuff like that. So this container, they are vertical or horizontal. It doesn't matter. Just bring one into your view and you're good to go. So now let's just change this one to floating. I won't dive into much of this. So now let's just bring this one here.
Compare
So
and really know,
now let's take this one as a house that you host what? A KPI.
similarities are there.
So this is the first one.
So this makes
Just put it.
balance
Okay, sorry.
industry.
Coming.
Now with what we have or what I'm going to show us, I think this.
So now change to tide. Now bring this one in.
Data set that we all.
Then bring this one
Every one of
in.
us should have used that at one point.
So just do something like this.
Some other things we are not included.
Do something like this.
To do data
Yeah.
modeling.
So let me just go to this place
And then there is a
and reduce this bar.
Tag box. It's also on card.
Like this.
It's just.
Let me just do something like this.
Just 5 columns where you get.
Yes, something like this.
Customers. So we'll be
I can just hide this. I can just hide this. Yeah. So now I can change the background to whatever I want.
So that we know.
Maybe just do something like this.
Review.
Yeah. So I can just format this one and remove the background so that I'll be able to see what is going on. So let me just click on lens. So let me just change the background to something like this here. So yeah, let me just do something like this just for demonstration practice. So now we have something. This is profit. Once you click here, you change to sales. So you can see that this one is negative and it changed it to what? To red. So that you can know that okay, this thing is negative, is bad. So once you change to profit, it changes to green. That is, in terms of sales for that year, is bad, but your profit is still good. And this one shows the what? The change or the compare of the current year and the previous year. So this is just it.
What about the,
so now I will do something. You know that now that I'm switching from sales to profit, yeah, you won't be able to know if this one is sales or profit. And there's supposed to be what? A test that will be changing also. You can do that. So let me build the second KPI and incorporate that.
It's built on Azure Cognitive Services.
So let me just change to flow.
Computer vision and machine learning. Okay, let's go into Power.
So for you to do that, we have to have what is called a dimension, like a dynamic title. So let me just build a simple calculation to do that.
Just the normal charts we know, nothing so much, but let me show.
So let me just write sales / profit test, right? Okay, sorry. Supposed to be here. So that's the name. Now we have a lot of calculations, a lot of functions in Tableau. No cause for alarm. Once you start using it, you will know everything offhand. So now just write the case statement. So this case statement is our metrics, which houses sales and profits. So we just let Tableau know that once you choose sales, it should give you sales test. Once you choose profit, it should give you profit test. So now let's start. So now in this parameter, I've just, maybe I can just show you. Yeah. Let me just show the parameter.
There are questions here. It's showing me top cities by total sales. So it has looked through my data set and is able to bring out some things that it may want me to check.
Okay, let me just edit
when
it.
we talk about
so now, this is the parameter now. You see, 1 is what? Sales. 2 is what? Profit. So I just have to change this one to sales. You know that if I have something like 1, what's the meaning of 1? So that's why I have to use this display as. I can change it to whatever I want. So that's it.
Productivity is the word.
So now, when what? 1, the 1 is string. So that's why. Then, should give me what? Should give me
you can still use it to brainstorm
sales,
and
right? In form of test.
So
when 2,
you need to rest, you need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to rewind.
Then what?
Why spend 10 hours on something?
Profit.
Spend
then what? End.
So
that's it. The simple calculation.
You've done some of your analysis.
So now,
from the top of your
this is the calculation now. So let's just put this one to test. You see, profit. So then we change this one to sales.
He's already giving me
sales. That's it. Very powerful. So that is how to use. You have to learn how to know parameters and how to switch stuff, so that you won't be doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't make any sense. So now let me just format this one and make it somehow bigger. So area, I just want to change the font type. Let me just use 12, bold, and press OK. So let's just take this one to entire view. So now let me just change this one to
Okay, I'm trying to
title. So it's good to name your worksheet so that it won't get confusing once you reach the dashboard level.
If you just notice this one.
Yep. So now let's start.
Already.
Now this is the container. Now I want to put this one here, this one, and this one. Now this one is the same thing as this. Yeah, but this one is showing what the categories and how they are doing based on what? Based on months. You can see that this one is red, which is bad. This one is green for March. So now, once you change this one to profit,
it's not a visual, is a feature.
okay, let me just change it to sales. Yeah, you see, there is changes. So based on what you selected, you select this one and this one. So yeah, so now let's start. I'm coming.
Just right click and you see some.
Okay.
And once
so let's just put our blank here. Sorry.
And it's very accurate. You get to see everything.
Okay,
you can even actually add some values and some other.
So now this is the blank. This is the container.
Go back, you can practice all those things. Then the next is the.
Now this is the title inside, and this is the this. You can hide this.
Let's just go to the composition tree. This is it.
Hide this one.
This is the visual here. Now this is.
Yeah.
Let me just.
And put this one. Yeah. So let me just cancel this.
Now, when it comes,
so I'm unable to make it more virtually appealing because of time and stuff like that. So you see this is another KPI.
You want that.
So this one is different from this. So that's just how to build KPIs. Combination of charts into what? A single KPI.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. So basically, we attempted to show you different ways in which you can build your KPIs and put it together. If you have any quick question, we can take one or two before our time elapses.
Something like.
Yeah.
Can I achieve this on Power BI?
Yes, I think this is very much achievable on Power BI too. Sorry. So this is a business idea, like whether you are using Power BI, Tableau, Looker, as long as you can put everything together to make a cohesive element, then it can be done. Because I've seen several of these builds in Power BI, so that means it can be done definitely. It's just up to you to find out how.
Dig deep into it.
I just want to see how you built the
just like that,
parameters to change between sales profit.
Yeah. Because this is just a simple example, so it's just one KPI.
You want to know the
parameters, time. But what's going to happen is we've made this dashboard downloadable, so anyone can go to Tableau Public and download it and see it, how it works themselves. And you can reach out to me on social media so that I could probably explain better. Yeah.
When the subcategory is table.
Yeah.
It's going to increase by 400 and what do I have here?
So is there like a public account, Tableau public account, where we can always, outside of this project now, where we can always go and...
units higher compared to...
Do you have, I'm asking, yes.
Yeah, of course. You can go to my Tableau public account and check it out. I don't know if internet is not there, but probably before the end of this, we'll be able to do that. You can search for me on Tableau Public, Gbolahan, ADEBAYO, or search for Idris. We did a project, 20 ways to design KPIs. It was well accepted, had over 50,000 views and 1,000 favorites, which means there is a strong need that business professionals have in terms of showing their KPIs. And so for the views to be able to amass that number of views, it shows people are really interested in improving the ways they do it. It shows stakeholders are also interested in seeing how these things can be done, which this is it on Idris' profile, and then you can also see it on my profile too. So yeah, any question? One more.
Key extraction and score sentiment. For this one, it's been done already. It's been done. That's why you see English.
Just wanted to ask, the slide where we had the data set.
Keyword extraction, it has extracted some of them.
Yeah, I think everything's going to be shared. I don't know much about
Let
that.
me
Yeah.
just go to the one
All good.
that has not been done before. Here it is. No, this has been done before.
My name? Okay. Yeah, sure.
This hasn't been done. Look at the data here.
Show this slide.
Data.
We should be rounding up. I mean, we should be done, really. We should be done
The end.
with the breakout sessions.
The end.
Okay, look at them here.
All right, yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter and follow Idris on Twitter. You can send us messages. We have a bootcamp currently running, so many things are on. The community is nice and happy to have everyone join. And hopefully, very soon on Twitter, we get to see more of business dashboards that have conceptualized KPIs and improve decision making for our stakeholders, basically. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you had a nice time.
What is going to do is going to create